Welcome to PyUncut, where we break down the biggest tech and finance stories shaping the future. Today's story is not just about a partnership. It's about a potential shift in the global technology power structure. Intel has officially joined Elon Musk's ambitious Terafab AI chip project, and this move could redefine how chips are made, how AI scales, and who controls the future of computing. Let's start with the big picture. Elon Musk's Terafab is not just another chip factory. It is a bold attempt to completely rethink semiconductor manufacturing. The goal is massive: produce 1 terawatt of AI compute power every year. To put that into perspective, this is far beyond what current global chip production can support. This level of compute is critical because the world is entering a new era. AI is no longer just software, it is becoming infrastructure. It powers self-driving cars, humanoid robots, data centers, and even space-based computing systems. And all of that requires one thing: chips. A lot of chips. But here's the problem. The global semiconductor industry is already struggling to keep up with demand. Musk has openly said that even major players like TSMC and Samsung may not be able to scale fast enough for his ambitions. That's where Terafab comes in. This project aims to bring everything under one roof: design, manufacturing, memory, packaging, and testing. Today, chip production is fragmented across multiple companies and geographies. Terafab wants to change that by creating a fully integrated system that can move faster and scale bigger. Now enter Intel. Intel's decision to join this project is a major turning point. For years, Intel has been trying to regain its dominance in the semiconductor industry after falling behind competitors like NVIDIA and AMD in the AI race. This partnership gives Intel a chance to reposition itself at the center of the next big computing wave. Intel brings something that Musk's companies lack: deep expertise in chip fabrication. Designing chips is one thing. Manufacturing them at scale is an entirely different challenge. Intel has decades of experience in building and running fabs, and that expertise is exactly what Terafab needs to move from concept to reality. And the market is already reacting. After the announcement, Intel's stock jumped, signaling renewed investor confidence in the company's strategy. But this story goes beyond Intel. This partnership connects multiple powerful ecosystems: Tesla, SpaceX, xAI, and now Intel. Each of these companies has massive computing needs. Tesla needs chips for self-driving cars and its humanoid robot Optimus. SpaceX needs chips for satellites and potentially space-based data centers. xAI needs massive compute for training advanced AI models. Together, they represent one of the largest future demand pipelines for AI hardware in the world. And this is where things get really interesting. Musk's vision is not just about Earth-based computing. He is thinking about space-based data centers powered by solar energy, orbiting the planet, and processing AI workloads without the limitations of terrestrial power grids. If that sounds futuristic, it is. But it also highlights a key trend. Compute demand is exploding faster than our infrastructure can handle. Historically, every major technological shift, from the internet to smartphones, has been limited by hardware capacity at some point. AI is now hitting that same wall. And whoever solves this bottleneck will have enormous strategic power. That's why Terafab matters. From an industry perspective, this project could challenge the current chip ecosystem. Today, companies like NVIDIA dominate AI chips, while TSMC dominates manufacturing. Terafab is trying to break that model by integrating everything into a single system. If successful, it could reduce dependence on traditional suppliers and create a vertically integrated AI infrastructure controlled by Musk's companies. But let's be realistic. This is not an easy project. Building a semiconductor fab is one of the most complex and expensive engineering tasks in the world. Even a single facility can cost tens of billions of dollars and take years to complete. And Terafab is not just building one factory. It's trying to reinvent the entire manufacturing process. There are also skepticism and risks. Critics argue that Musk has a history of ambitious timelines, that don't always materialize as planned. Some experts question whether space-based data centers are economically viable or technically feasible at scale. Then there's Intel itself. While this partnership is promising, Intel is still in the middle of a turnaround. Its foundry business has faced challenges, and it is restructuring operations to compete in the AI era. So the big question is, can two ambitious visions, Musk's disruptive innovation and Intel's comeback strategy, align successfully? If they do, the impact could be massive. We could see faster AI development, lower costs for compute, and entirely new industries built around robotics and autonomous systems. This could accelerate the arrival of humanoid robots in everyday life and push AI deeper into industries like healthcare, logistics, and manufacturing. But if they fail, it will reinforce how difficult it is to scale semiconductor production, even with billions of dollars and the world's top engineers. Now let's talk about what this means for investors and the global economy. First, this partnership signals that the AI race is entering a new phase. It's no longer just about software models, it's about hardware infrastructure. Second, it highlights a growing trend of vertical integration. Companies no longer want to rely on external suppliers for critical components. They want control over their entire technology stack. Third, it puts pressure on existing leaders like NVIDIA, TSMC, and Samsung. If Terafab succeeds, it could disrupt their dominance in key segments of the chip industry. And finally, it reinforces one simple idea. Compute is the new oil. In the past, economic power was driven by natural resources. Today, it's driven by computing power. And tomorrow, it may be driven by who can produce and control that compute at scale. So as we wrap up, here's the bottom line. Intel joining Musk's Terafab project is not just a partnership. It's a strategic bet on the future of AI infrastructure. It's bold, risky, and potentially transformative. If it works, it could reshape the global tech landscape. If it doesn't, it will still teach us valuable lessons about the limits of innovation. Either way, this is a story worth watching closely. Because the future of AI might not just depend on algorithms, it might depend on factories like Terafab. Thanks for listening to PyUncut.